Here we are, go. Testing 1 2 1 2. Here we go. Whoa. Hear me out. Now. Closer to you, I will never behold till I've got a new stone in your heart I hold. Away from trouble, the old heartache brings. Over mind, over matters, it's all been scattered in your heart I need. The feelings I'm feeling, I know it's a reason I want it the rest of my life. The feeling I'm feeling, I know it's a reason I want it the rest of our lives. Where the brightest lights and stars will gather around just to be with you. Love's the loudest sound, all the world just noise, and we will drown it out. Will holding me, love will scream out loud. Come on, everybody. Whoa, that's right, you are the love. Whoa. And I'm paying my respects to you and the love that you are. There are feelings so strong. Every piece of me shared. Been searching for matter, all the webs are gone. The feeling I'm feeling, I know it's the reason I want it the rest of our lives. The feeling I'm feeling, I know it's a reason I want it the rest of our lives. Where the brightest lights and the stars will gather around just to be with you. Love's the loudest sound, all the world's just noise, and we will drown it out. Just you holding me, the way you're holding me, love will scream out loud. Whoa, come on, man, come on, woman. We are celebrating you. Whoa, whoa, woo-hoo. Whoa. Yeah, baby, it's you. We are almost there, come on. It's your time now. Scream it out loud, you're the love, I am the love, for crying out loud. Whoa. myself and I, we are the love. You are the love. Here we are. Hello, beautiful souls made of love and light. This session, it has been a very difficult session to put together. This is the first thing that I have to say to you. Not just that. It is being very difficult to record due to many shifts and changes taking place in the world right now. Not just that. These sessions are created for me first, and then to be delivered to you after I was able to integrate them. It's a long session in which Ra has guided me to use old school teachings. Very old school teachings from the years 2000, 2012, 2013, and 2014. Last week, I discovered that even Liza Rini on her last newsletter used some old teachings that are very related to this body of work. Ra chose the spirits of Christ and AD behaviors. She, on the other hand, picked up the spirits of mental bondage and the physiology of fear. It's more or less the same line of thought, but while she provides a newsletter of 1 hour, I don't know how long this will be. Comparing with other texts that we have put together, it should go up to the 2 hours or maybe 2 hours and a half. Maybe a long session. And I am proud of myself to see that I am capable of so much more than what I thought I was capable of. It's not difficult. It is a lot of work that takes time to put together. You also need a strong intention and asking questions to the universe. That's how I started. Today I ask questions directly to myself and I am guided into these teachings, which for my own growth process represents the next level. This session reveals to me what Ra, my higher self collective on my social memory complex, keeps showing to me. That we have the power to consciously tap into higher dimensions, higher frequency transmissions, and be able to translate them frequencies. We are testing this each session. In each session, our messages are aligned with what other light workers are receiving and delivering. I think the messages are quite clear. Don't fear fear. Just surrender to yourself. Discover your higher self collective or collectives. Open your heart to receive your own higher frequencies and don't channel. Channeling, this is quite challenging and I would say dangerous if you don't even protect your own light field. These days that we found ourselves in are great to go inside and talk to yourself, ask questions to yourself, the earth and the entire universe. Make the best to speak out loud to the universe, and you will find out that the universe is actually listening to you, and this is not immediate, but with time, you will start to receive impressions from your own higher self collectives because the veils are being lifted like never before, and it's better to start now and take advantage of this window in time that brings to us the opportunity to heal and ascend like never before in human history. During these last 2 weeks, I have listened to a lot of folks giving readings that supposedly come from higher dimensional beings. Practically, practically, all that I am listening from these readings is more doom and gloom, like usually comes from these readings from higher dimensional beings. More death and polarity coming into play. Sometimes it gets hard to believe that it is higher dimensional beings delivering the messages. Again, channeling can be quite challenging. On the other hand, we have those who say they channel their families of light and higher self collectives who keep delivering the message that there is work to do more than ever before, because there are so many shifts and changes that we must take advantage of in order to continue seeing the fruits of our work done so far in stabilizing the planetary grids and the morphogenetic fields of the entire planet, and some are even working with the entire galaxy, feeling happy that we are experiencing something that shouldn't be possible, and somehow it is happening right now. Now it's my turn to say something about these shifts and changes. First, we don't need to channel anything. We just need to look around the world, and you will be able to realize that in fact we are experiencing something unique and very good, although it may seem very bad. There are wars raging all over the world. People are dying more than ever before, and it seems that everyone has some health-related issue. Don't trust me on this. Look around you and do a small test. A small test to see if people really are feeling good naturally, or if they say, I feel good to you, just to be polite to you. Secondly, we talk a little bit about health. If you dwell a little bit into what is happening with those new techniques of mRNA and the coding and editing of the human genetic code, what about synthetic biology? If you didn't, I would encourage you to do so. And why? Well, basically, because we are all made up by DNA coding, so I think it would be more than reasonable to study such a thing like DNA. It is also a very good way to go deep inside yourself and learn more about your own light coding. Again, you can study as much as you want about DNA, that still there is a little bit of information science will not tell you. That little bit of information is that every 16 years DNA gets upgraded. The last DNA upgrade or activation cycle started way back on 2013 with the galactic synchronization year and the full immersion into the Rainbow Bridge zone. And for some strange reason, since 2013 the war on DNA became more than active. Now, if we take a closer look in some 2013 plus 16 years, we will see that the total is 2029, and this is related to the fifth DNA strand activation. One dimensional plane, one DNA strain. Oh yes. Interesting number indeed. Interesting numbers. Well, why interesting? Well, it is interesting to realize that there was a so-called Agenda 2050 that somehow saw an update, a quite substantial update, going from 2050 into 2030. Maybe someone realized that in fact those pieces of junk DNA were really activating big time, so big time, that someone had to close borders, put people at home for an entire year. Somehow someone thought It would be a great plan to prevent DNA activation and aim for world population reduction. I think this happened between 2019 or 2020. Don't know exactly, and today I even wonder if that was really true. Well, let's go ahead and we can realize that it became more than urgent for the Sodak to start with the DNA splicing and editing, because not even the more dedicated aliens or higher dimensional entities that are helping Earth to recover her true identity could expect this shifts and changes that are taking place on the energetic side of life right now. So the third message, and this goes out for you, doomers and gloomers. These scenarios of war and destruction of humanity as we knew it are just what you wanted, and they will continue for some years because of the fact that we still have doomers and gloomers existing in the Earth-centric sine wave of self-existence. And that the real challenge now is how to end the cycle of these doomers and gloomers. Yes, now I am targeting this collective of people because the Sodak cycle of domination and control is over, whether we want it or not. These shifts that are taking place are the way the universe has to implement a new energetic cycle of higher harmonic resonance. So the lower resonance entities of the Sodak will have to upgrade or fall back to where they belong. They can even go into the 15th dimension or higher. Still, they will be vibrating in a different harmonic frequency. It's not the same their 15th dimension and the 15th dimension of the one infinite and intelligent source creator. Whether we want it or not, there is a new energetic cycle coming online. A new cycle that many of us were waiting to see coming online in this DN age. Mostly because we have worked a lot to see this cycle coming in. For me, it has been 20 plus years fighting the Sodak first, then making peace with the Sodak, and right now, making the best to let the Sodak know that their time is over and they still have the choice to change and upgrade into this new energetic cycle and just passing away into another dimension of being, whatever that may be. There is so much that the entity still attached to the system of domination and control can do to enter the ascension path, a path beyond technology as we know it. The choice is there. Take it if you want to, because what happens with every cycle is that cycles come and go, and before you even know, the cycle is gone, and so are the choices presented to you. The doomers and gloomers, enjoy as much as you can because your fun is just ending. Like the DNA activation cycle is almost ending, and so are you. What will become of you, only you know. For it is you taking a choice for your betterment while following the law of one and service to others, or follow the law of the king of tyranny and service to self. Yes, the world is ending. Big time. Can you remember that in 2020 the Sodak called out for the new global normality? Meaning they know what is going on, but instead of surrendering to the process, they want to do like they always used to do. Control the process and control the end result, or die in the fucking process. So following the analogy, I ask the questions. Is it really that bad that so many people is dying? Can we say that actually they are all humans? Can we, or what can we understand of the bigger picture if we are limited by our earthly half-awakened senses? Like I wrote above, not even the higher entities working to achieve the first global peace declaration for all nations of Earth thought possible to see what we are seeing today. So, with this in mind, I think it is clear that who is in charge for the next 2000 years is God Source itself. Again, for Christ's sake. Not even the most advanced or higher dimensional entities working to achieve the fertile global or world peace didn't expect to see what they are seeing today, which for most of us it is called victory. So, if the so-called representatives of the God Source Himself, Earth itself didn't expect this, then they are not in charge. Who is in charge is God Force, and that can be translated into human awakening, taking action, not reaction. For the human is a God, sovereign and free, multidimensional being, having this physical human experience of seeing their life mission unfolding like never before. And believe me, we have been doing this for eons of universal time cycles. And for what is said, we are made at the image and resemblance of the one God, and the one God is us, and us we are heavenly experiencing, so God is experiencing itself through us. So we are God. Or whatever that means. So, many times we have seen the end of a huge 26,000 year cycle, and yet none is so relevant like the one we are in right now. None is so relevant because this is indeed an auspicious time cycle in which we can actually see, feel the presence of the consciousness of the one infinite and intelligence source creator shining inside of us, giving us something that for me is called real meaning for living this life that I am living right now. In here, I can only talk for myself. I love the fact that those voices inside my head are gone and that this sweet and comfortable white noise exists to soothe the body, mind, and soul with the notion. The notion that we are, that I am, much more than what I read, listened, or studied about myself, about ourselves. A notion that the new energetic potential is coming online, something we never felt before, and that it feels so good that one tends to ask himself, herself, itself the question: if now it is happening, why did it not happen before? Some would say divine timing, and I will laugh and keep saying that God's source went rogue with those who wanted too much. And like the saying goes, when you want everything, you tend to lose everything. And so it is what we are seeing right now in the world, how the power institutions and their crazy ideas of global martyrdom are following due to the weight they suppose. And so the natural tendency is to fall. If 3D is low, or the lowest that consciousness can fall and still retain memories, then the next time they fall will maybe into dimension 0. Is there a dimension 0 or 0 dimension? Well, yes. It's called the 0 point, or the God Source. Yes, again, these Zodiac characters will face what they love the least, which is returning back to Source in order to be processed, digested, reconfigured, and assimilated by the God Force. They won't become space dust, like some say. Everything is energy, so energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it can only be transformed. Therefore, what is the purpose in that these Zodiac characters get transformed into space dust? Knowing that they turn everything into space dust. So, you know that God's source is love. So what is the meaning in transforming these folks into space dust? Well, it seems that God is punishing them, using them and their own teachings to do so. That's a crazy view, at least in my own point of view. I feel it is so much more aligned to God's source, the notion of the God, Father, Mother, Son, coming into the scenes to recover the parts of himself that transformed into very harmful parts and regenerate those forces parts by the power of the 0 point, then releasing them again when the time comes for them to enter the cycle of becoming and returning again without memories. Some get out from source with memories and the notion of a mission. These ones will get out from source without memories and then will start to gain memories. So maybe I see things this way because I'm so fucking tired of dealing with war and listening to good people saying that the bad people will have to meet their creator. And all is right if it wasn't for the fact that after one grows in the knowingness that we are all God's source, then differences stop taking place and we can embrace each other's polarities. Then we can integrate them polarities into possibilities and potentials for growth. Once we integrate them, we see the real purpose and meaning of the polarity game and how to better play the game if we need to. For example, this session is a game. All of my sessions are a game that is destined for the Sodak entities searching for peace and rehabilitation back into the Emerald Order agreements can do that. It's not an agenda. It is a process taking place. Again, no one expected for these shifts and changes to take place right now, and they did so. So we couldn't foresee those things. Therefore, it is a process, not an agenda. You can call it a plan, but you can never call it the Ascension agenda because we do not know what is actually going to take place today. Maybe tomorrow the world wakes up with a new disposition and nuclear nukes start to fall on us. Or maybe tomorrow the power-hungry people or entities will just go away, remaining nothing more than a bad dream on the collective consciousness. We just cannot tell what is going to happen. That's why I urge everyone to continue on their path, creating more awareness for the fact that these are extraordinary days that we should all celebrate. They are here. Celebrate them each day of our long lives. People, I don't know the future, and I think we don't know the future. Not even God Source knows it. God Source knows that he, she, it cannot interfere in earthly affairs, but he, she, it can deliver all the energy that is necessary and needed to help the ones following the law of one teachings reach their objectives of declaring a global government, a global resource shared economy, the first global peace, and the actualization that the Earth is an enlightened planetary sphere filled with love and light, also power and peace that derives from the heart of the one infinite and intelligent source creator directly into the heart of the earth and every living entity that shares space and time inside and outside the earth-centric sinew wave of self-existence. Becoming the love and returning back to be the love because love is the ultimate tool of mass harmonization that we have available to us right now. One bad word can end up a life, one good word can boost a life to be the best version of itself, impacting not just the individual, but the entire collective that the individual belongs to. You don't believe that one man or woman can change the world for the better? I can say to you that only 1% of the global population is domination and control. And so they dominate the other big part of the world, not the entire world. They did it. They changed the earth from love into hate. And now we are here, and we can follow the example and doing just that. Follow the example of we do not wish to see in the world in order to get our mind straight about what we want to see in the world. Maybe we can revert Earth back into being the love that once was, but I think we will see a love like the Earth never saw before. Why? Because I like to dream big, and my mission here is first to see a money-free society that shares the resources of the planet in equal manner. A global government of the people, by the people, for the people. And things look good. Money is no more. What you are exchanging right now is just a timeline remnant, a shadow body of money. Money, black magic. So much this is true that money is being exchanged digitally in gross manner. So you folks are dealing with something that you cannot see, that actually exists on another dimension very low, which is 2D reality, binary coding. That doesn't exist. Okay? The critique of money is going away from the 3D and is reverting back into the 2D and is going to fall even deeper into no existence. For some. For me, it's non-existence, which is the returning back to the 0 point of all existence. I'm sorry. Think about this. Physical money is no more. So if physical money that I can touch is in 3D, if it goes lower into the screen, which is flat 2D, then it has already fallen. It is not on my dimensional world anymore. So why should I fucking use it? See, money is doomers and gloomers happy hour technology. What? I'm not listening to you. Keep using on money. Okay? Which is a 2D vibrational frequency right now. Come on, man. You're the one that says, I'm on the 5th dimensional Earth and using 2nd dimensional money black magic to keep afloating on your illusion of reality that you find yourself in 5D. Are you in 5D? I don't believe you to be in 5D if you still keep using stupid technology that comes from 2D. So I put yourself and your energetic signature frequency in 2D. Why? Because all the thing that you, all the people out there is searching for is for money. Okay? There is only 1% that's changing the world right now that doesn't support money. It doesn't support a government that is not for the people, that is not by the people, and there is not of the people. Because right now, what real matters right now, it's the people, the 1% that really doesn't believe in money, technology anymore. Because they know when they reach 5D awareness, okay, the first thing that they let go of is the shackles of money. Because money, when you get to the 5D, which is compassion and unification, if you look into your hands, you will see 5 fingers repeated 4 times. The first stage of cellular development is the replication of the cell into 2, 4, 8, and this is not a binary process, by the way. It is a self-replication process of the zero, okay, that the zero, by replicating itself, created two zeros, two units, because this zero or a cell is one unit. So this zero can be translated in one unit and be assignated the same value, power of one unit. So when you realize what is the true power of zero, maybe you can start to speak words like cell replication, self regeneration. Because the cell it self replicates. It doesn't divide itself. No, it doesn't divide. It self replicates. When one cell becomes two cells, these two cells share the same DNA frequency. That's why above I wrote that you should be encouraged to study a little bit more about DNA technology, because it so happens it is quite needed to understand self replication, self regeneration. There's a lot of mantras that you can sing. There's a lot of kumbaya that you can sing and dance, and still you will be relinquished to a second dimension way of living, thinking by means of illusion that you have ascended into the 5D reality. Yeah, and you're still using money. And you still understand money as an energetic frequency needed to create some weird shit, which is freedom. Freedom means for free. You know what that means? It means that a football player, you will not pay him 20 millions, because that's trafficking a human person. Yeah, if you are paying money to have this guy playing on your team, you are trafficking a human being. Oh, no one understands that. When you are selling yourself, like you create a ring or a bracelet or a pendant or a earring, a piece of jewelry, and you put the price tag on it, right? You are selling yourself like a whore, and that's traffic. You're trafficking with yourself and with your things. Like I wrote it above, God self, God force. It is he, she, it. It is father, mother, son. It is all that is, according to some folks. It's interesting, right? It's interesting to think, oh no, I want money. Why? Because I want to be the best version of myself. How many people with a lot of money are really helping others? And I'm not talking about philanthropy. I'm talking about a lot of people with a lot of money helping others. How many people do you see doing that? It gets hard, doesn't it? So, if the Sodak is being relinquished to a second dimensional plane, the next step for me is really going to the doomers and gloomers, and next year, no, maybe in September. If I'm lucky enough, in September, the doomers and gloomers will be relinquished into the secondary reality of the mass media, in the screen, in the flat screen, where they think their words have volume, and they wait a lot when they're just digital fucking illusions that when I shut off the current to the bloody machine, everything disappears. See? That's how lower dimensions exists. You turn off the power that feeds them and they're gone. Because they are not connected to the natural resources of the planet, the galaxy, and the entire universal creation. That's really easy. So, Jesus fucking Christ, I guess we are all one, aren't we? So why are we fighting each other if we are all one? So thank you for the time sharing and the opportunity to share not just the time but also the words of change that are already changing the world to be the best version of itself. I only wish all things could be this easy to realize, dear beautiful souls made of love and light. I think that in the end of the day, together we can make this happen. I honestly believe in it. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your time. And take this in mind. If you were really with a mindset on the fifth dimensional plane of existence, you would not tell the difference between the good and bad. You will only see a slight change in vibration from service to self to service to others, which is service to self, king of tyranny, service to others, the law of one. And these are the two distortion polarities taking place right now on the 3D realm, if you want to call it that way, because it is happening in the 3D and on the fourth dimensional plane also. What some people said, the astral plane is gone. No, it's not gone. It will always be there. It is a dimensional plane. It was hijacked and now they want to call it other thing, but it is the fourth dimensional plane. That's the astral plane. We can also relate to the astral plane to the Akashic records. It's the first level of the Akashic records. Of this Akashic records for the body, mind, and soul complexes, which all together create the true self identity, or the fourth, which in Maya representation, the fourth tone, it is self-existence, which is the fourth rule of the law of one. Self-existence, when you actualize and realize what you are in reality, as being a God, sovereign, free, multidimensional being, the universal or cosmic citizen roaming free wherever he, she, it wishes to be. If we can store consciousness inside the crystal, does that mean that the crystal is not conscious? So the crystal consciousness can also travel the dimensional planes. See? Jesus fucking Christ. I guess we are all one, aren't we?
lies. We're the brightest light, stars that gather round just to be with you. Love's the loudest sound, all the world's just noise. We will drown it out when you're holding me. Love will scream out loud. Whoa. Don't hold the reason when my feelings are strong. Every piece will be shattered. Searching for matter, all the webs are gone. The feeling I'm feeling, I know it's a reason. I want it the rest of our lives. The feeling I'm feeling, I know it's a reason. I want it the rest of our lives.